Where are you? There we go. And boom.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, my name is Colleen Foster. I am currently CRA's president for 2 more days, and I'm also the environmental officer with the City of Oceanside. I'm here to welcome you to CRA. I'm very excited to be here together. It's the longest layover ever in our second year of a virtual world. I know we'd all love to be seeing each other in person, and I can't wait for that to be a reality next year. But I do know we have a conference ahead of you today. So before we get started and before I talk about what the past year, I always like to start kind of the introduction of the conference about what CRA means to me and hopefully means to all of you. And so over the past week, I've been thinking about, what is CRA to me? And, some of the things that happened this weekend actually kind of helped answer that question. Because honestly, the reality is CRA is my happy place. It's my people. You are my people. So over the weekend, I was actually busy preparing my daughter, Charlie, to enter preschool. And yes, she was born just days after our conference 3 years ago, in which my boss drove me to the CRA conference up in the Bay Area, over 9 months pregnant, because I had to make it to CRA. But she's going to be 3 in a few days. And so today she started her first day of preschool. And as I'm prepping all weekend to get ready for this momentous first, I'm thinking about zero waste lunch. How can I prepare her? I'm thinking about the way her lunch looks, how to avoid single-use packaging. And so I'm totally warped into that world. And then I had to go to a birthday party this weekend for her little buddy. And I get to the birthday party, and there's all these other moms and all these other parents there, but the host of the party sees me right away, and she comes up to me, and instead of like welcoming me or talking to me about the party, she takes me immediately to her recycle station and to the plates that she had bought just for this party because she knew I'd be there. And she starts to tell me that she bought these fancy bamboo compostable plates and that they were a greener alternative. And so quickly I found myself lecturing her about what compostable means. And, if we don't have a municipal organics collection program, all of this great green material will just end up in our landfill and will create methane emissions. And I catch myself. I realize I'm lecturing her about organics and about regulations and about what we need to do in our cities to do better and about how she could have done better. And I just felt like the weirdo, right? And so I quickly quiet myself and go get in a corner and watch the kids opening presents. And fast forward that moment yesterday to this morning. I had to drop my daughter off for her first day of preschool. I was so nervous. I thought she'd cry and it'd be the end of the world. Of course, she ran out of my arms straight to her new toys and hardly ever looked back. And I was the one sniffling. But while sniffling, my zero waste spidey sense is already scoping out the classroom and is noticing that there's not a good recycling container. And the one that's there is improperly labeled. As I walk out of the classroom, I end up walking around the preschool, checking out their waste containers and whether they had recycling. And I'm starting to think about, wow, I need to set up a program for preschools and for daycares, for SB 1383 and for organics. And all of a sudden, instead of thinking about my daughter's first day at preschool and this moment in our life, I'm sitting here going through the facts of a waste audit at my daughter's school. And again, I felt like the weirdo, the strange person. But fast forward to now, I'm here amongst my tribe, amongst you, because I think a lot of you are like me. Instead of thinking about, that party or that school day, you're thinking about what they're doing for zero waste. How are they recycling? Are they composting? What does composting actually mean? We're thinking about that big picture of how we can make a difference in our own cities and our own nonprofit organizations and how we can pave the way for climate action. So again, what does CRA mean to me? It means, being with people of like minds. It means sharing. It means diversity diversity of thought. I know we're going to have some great discussions this week, some great presentations. We're going to have dialogue, and we're not always going to agree on what we need to do moving forward. And that also is what makes CRA very unique. It's where we can come to share, we can create that dialogue so we can continue to evolve with all of you, all of my peers, and all of my friends and my CRA family. So that's a bit of why I'm here today and why I've been here for the past decade with CRA and will continue to serve CRA. CRA has been an amazing organization. Even throughout COVID, they've been extremely supportive to all of our memberships and to members and to myself. We hosted an SB 1383 conference in partnership with CalRecycle. We got really great feedback. We had several hundred attendees. And the conference was really all about the nuts and bolts of what we need to do and how to implement this law and the magnitude of this law and really how to be successful so that we can lead the rest of the nation towards sustainability and zero waste. So that was a really exciting aspect for CRA. Also this year, we hosted 4 zero waste certification courses. We set up a new scholarship membership program for our members to help increase access to the certification program. That certification program has not just helped, our zero waste experts in the industry, but has brought people into the zero waste world, has helped people understand what zero waste truly means, and something we're very proud of. And it's a starting point for many people in our industry and outside of our industry to get acquainted with sustainability and CRA and zero waste. We've also taken on, really paying attention and starting to have a conversation around diversity. Obviously, this year, not only have we gone through, this pandemic, it's really come to the forefront of racial injustice, of the need to, recognize that there's lack of diversity in an industry and many industries out there. And so as a result of that, we ended up bringing on a consultant team to help kind of have this conversation and develop this conversation. So it's something I'm very proud of CRA for, and I'm really excited to see us tackle that conversation so that we can hopefully help, help improve things and help increase access to our organization and to our industry, and also hope improve employment. So a lot going on in CRA. We're going to have some phenomenal speakers today. I'm just pulling up my notes because they left me. So one of our speakers is actually from that consulting group. She's going to be April Jean. She's going to be speaking in our keynote. She's with Racial Justice Advocates, talking about how each of us can have a better conversation and create more awareness around diversity in our agencies and in our organizations. So a lot going on here at CRA. I'm very excited to be here. Again, I miss all of you in person, but I know there's going to be a lot of great networking opportunities. So please be sure to stay tuned, check out all of the great sessions, and check out the networking opportunities and also the evening events. I know we got the trash monologues tonight. We have a family reception late afternoon, as well as an additional networking reception in between. So a lot happening. Our first speaker of the day, which is perfect to start CRA off, is I would like to introduce our Director of CalRecycle, Director Wagner. She is currently serving as CalRecycle's director and was appointed in 2020. She has a lifelong passion for environmental protection and more than 20 years of experience building a cleaner and healthier future for California. In addition to advising Governor Newsom on environmental issues and climate advocacy, she was the Deputy Legislative Secretary for Director Maki Wagner. She spent 2 decades in the legislature working on environmental health issues, and 10 years of that as the chief environmental consultant to the State Senate Committee on Environmental Quality. She has a commitment to increasing recycling and remanufacturing to grow a circular economy within our state. So with that, I'd like to welcome Director Wagner. Please take it away. Thank you.
Thank you to the California Resource Recovery Association for inviting me today. For 45 years, CRRA has brought stakeholders together to address recycling and sustainable materials management. As we meet today, California faces a worsening climate crisis and the growing problem of trash pollution in our ocean and waterways. I am inspired and honored to connect with you this year as we take on these challenges and discuss how to innovate our way to a zero-waste circular economy. There is no more time to wait. Our planet needs us to take on trash pollution. Every minute, about 1 garbage truck worth of plastic is dumped into the ocean. That's 8 million tons a year. Sea turtles, dolphins, and whales are choking to death on our plastic. This plastic doesn't degrade into harmless organic material. It breaks down into toxic microplastic. Microplastics have invaded our food, our water supply, and our bodies. At this rate, by 2050, the ocean will have more plastic than fish. Our California coastal communities spend about $428 million a year to clean up plastic trash. We have the power to change this. Our planet also needs us to be a part of the climate solution. California has recorded our hottest July ever. There's a drought emergency in 50 of our 58 California counties, and 2021 is on track to surpass the 2020 fire season, which was the worst in history. But we have the power to impact this climate crisis. Working together, we can move from a disposable system where most items are used once, then sent to a landfill forever, to a circular one where we collect, recycle, and reuse. A circular economy is California's roadmap to a zero-waste future. We will cut our trash and our pollution and add more green jobs. A circular economy treats waste as an economic resource to be reduced, reused, recycled, and remanufactured into new products. This isn't a new or radical idea. This is where we came from. As many of you know, I grew up on my grandparents' farm up in Sonoma County. Like most farms, it didn't have trash service. We had to handle our own trash, so we made as little as possible. We reused materials, we composted, and we recycled. Our parents and grandparents grew up in an age of reuse and fixing things and making less trash. We can do this again. California is an environmental leader and an industry innovator. We show the rest of the world how to make the future better and safer. Building the circular economy here in California will help us recover from the pandemic recession, make us more resilient, and set the course for a clean future in California. Organic waste reduction is one of the fastest and easiest ways we can impact climate change and move California toward a circular economy. Food, yard, and other organic waste makes up about half of what Californians throw away every year. Organic waste rotting in landfills is a top source of methane. Methane, as you know, is a climate super pollutant 84 times more effective at trapping heat in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. Because it breaks down faster in the atmosphere, reducing methane is the fastest way we can impact the climate crisis. SB 1383 is our chance to turn organic waste into green products that will jumpstart this cleaner circular economy. In 2018, California landfilled over 24 million tons of organic waste, and we threw away 1.8 billion still edible meals. The circular economy will develop in-state solutions for managing resources and attract new businesses, including recycling and remanufacturing, to California. Companies are ready to build and build here. Private companies will bring new investment dollars to our state. Manufacturing as part of our recycling and waste system so that everything we use is designed to be recycled or used again. Governor Newsom's latest budget includes a circular economy plan featuring $130 million in circular economy investments and builds a new CalRecycle Office of Innovation to support recycling and remanufacturing businesses here in California.
The trash polluting our oceans and warming our planet is a problem we can no longer ignore. California throws away 48 million tons of materials every year. Resources are extracted from our planet, designed to be used once, then dumped into our landfills forever, filling limited space, contaminating our air, and sometimes seeping into the groundwater and soil, further polluting our most vulnerable communities. California set a goal to reduce the human health and climate impacts of landfilling by reducing or recycling 75% of our trash by 2020. But then, countries overseas stopped taking our recyclables and garbage that came with it. The use of single-use products skyrocketed, made worse by COVID-19. Our recycling rate dropped to 37%. Right now, our current economic model relies on mining and cutting down resources, sending them on a one-way disposable journey from manufacturing plant to trash pile. Waste warming our planet, contributing to climate change, and polluting our land, water, even the air we breathe. With California already experiencing the devastating impacts of the climate crisis, it's time for the state to do what it does best: innovate. A new movement is already underway in California, and it's now gaining momentum.
We're seeing incredible innovation in technology in the recycling space.
It's called a circular economy, a system in which every product and resource, whether it's food, clothes, buildings, or vehicles, everything is designed to last as long as possible, and at the end of its use, cycle or loop back into the system for a useful next life. A new model, reducing and even eliminating waste, creating green jobs, and cutting down on greenhouse gases.
The idea is to create living wage jobs while protecting the environment.
California wants to be a leader in creating this remanufacturing circular economy. CalRecycle already oversees programs to recycle products like bottles, cans, mattresses, used oil, and paint. The department is also working with local communities to expand food and yard waste collection programs statewide by January 1st, 2022 for recycling into green products like compost and clean energy.
The advantage of making new products out of recycled materials in state is that it happens under California's strong environmental protection rules and strong labor standards.
CalRecycle is creating an Office of Innovation that brings together the department's current market development efforts with the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, or GoBiz, to recruit and support businesses developing green technologies to reuse, recycle, and remanufacture products.
This new office will really get into the nitty-gritty of setting up the recycling infrastructure to get new products made from those materials that we've been collecting.
The Office of Innovation will streamline business processes, help overcome siting and permitting barriers, and connect businesses with loans, grants, tax incentives, and other financial support, combining state services with CalRecycle programs that have already helped a number of businesses.
California is home to the world's first paper bottle manufacturer. We've also seen companies come up with cardboard alternatives to six-pack rings and replacements for plastic film.
Support for green innovation that builds a circular economy will create green jobs with less pollution and trash.
California is already a climate leader, and so it makes sense that we'd be a leader in creating the circular economy too.
Innovation is what California does best. This is what's going to help California recover and recover stronger. In this new California economy, products will be designed to be recycled and used again. All materials sold in our state will get recycled and remanufactured here. The public and private sector working together to support new markets and industries that create new green jobs in California. Instead of landfilling our waste, instead of diverting it or burning it, we can collect it and make it into new products for our state. As the 5th largest economy in the world, California is looked to as an environmental leader. We must invest in our own future. Our planet needs us to act now. California has called us to take this urgent action. And as we struggle to make our water last and put out fires that are burning right now, we have no time to delay. We can lead the world again like we did when we created curbside recycling in the 1980s. We must work together to build the next generation of recycling infrastructure. Let's grow the state in cleaner, greener ways and add green jobs right here in California. I'm excited to take on these challenges with you. Together, we can fight the climate crisis while rebuilding a cleaner state. The circular economy will be built. Help us build it right here in California. Thank you.
Well, a special thanks to Director Wagner. We're super excited to have her at the helm and look forward to her leadership this next year. And I don't know about you, that was pretty motivational. I think about when somebody asks me what I do for my job, and I kind of go on for like 15, 20 minutes because I'm so excited. I want to tell them all about it. So kind of like Colleen's message this morning, we do some amazing work. And I think everybody in this room should be very, very proud of all the work we do. Still a lot of work left, but pretty exciting. So good morning. My name is Tracy Bills, and I have the esteemed privilege of being the Executive Director of CRRA. Welcome to the 45th CRRA Conference. To move our keynote forward, I'm excited now to introduce our keynote speaker, Luca Locatelli. For more than 10 years, his main research has been to explore and document the most promising solutions to confront the climate crisis of the 21st century. The aim of his work is to open a discussion about our attitudes on the environment. Luca is a National Geographic magazine photographer and a frequent contributor to international media such as the New York Times Magazine, Time, The New Yorker, Bloomberg, GeoGermany, among others. Luca's work have been featured in various venues, including the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum in New York City, Shanghai Center of Photography, Somerset House, London, and his work has been awarded with the World Press Photo in 2018, 2020, the LOBA in 2020, the WPO in 2018, 2020, 2021, and many others. So Luca's actually created a presentation highlighting his work, and then he'll be available right after the video for questions and answers. So think about what you'd like to ask him. Please enjoy the video.
My name is Luca Locatelli, and I am an environmental photographer and video storyteller focused on exploring solutions for the environment and the future. I'm a freelance artist, and I work with National Geographic magazine and other international medias like the New York Times Magazine, Time, Stern, among others. I work with a team, and we have an organization called Future Studies Lab, which is a center for visual researches around the making of the future based in Europe. I started my career in photography after 10 years in the information technology sector, after a travel in the Amazon forest. It's there that my life has radically changed. After a few months inside the forest, I was so involved in environmental protection, while photography was just a passion for me. I was going and back, photographing this place as my contribution to the cause, and then with a group of friends and local people, I co-founded an association called Amazonia that is now preserving 600 hectares of virgin forest. This event had a deep impact on my vision. We all know how this fragile ecosystem are connected to all of us, and our protection of such environment is so crucial for the earth. Photography was growing inside of myself as an amazing way to be engaged with the environment, and then in 2006 I've decided drastically to change my life and dedicate all myself to this new life as a documentary photographer. I became poor, but I was following my instinct. After a few years on documenting various social issues, my instinct and optimistic nature brought me back to be focused on solutions. So I embarked on a journey since 2010-2011 aimed to explore and document the most promising solution to confront the critical environmental issues of the 21st century, starting with a series of images about the Singapore Green Plan. At the beginning, it was really hard for me to be listened and publish on solution stories. That world wasn't ready yet to spread information so much about it. But year by year, the face of climate change has showed up, and this attitude on discovering solutions for the future has become more important and caught more the attention of international medias. My biggest desire has always been to visually translate the work of the experts that are acting in this transitional time we are living, and their effective example are real, and then give back to the world a visual compelling images of how we can make it. We are living in a moment where photography can be so influential as never as before, with social medias especially, and then magazine installation, exhibitions, and so on. So I'm trying to use an artistic vision with my photography and videos, and to be used as a hook to capture the attention of people and then inform them about possible solutions with information and data connected to the image. Back in 2014, an important media, National Geographic magazine, has noticed my storytelling vision around solutions for the environment. And from there, I've started to collaborate a lot with them on quite complex projects about these topics. My first big production with National Geographic magazine was the Germany energy transition back in 2014. As you all probably know, Germany has embarked on an energy transition called Energiewende, and the country aims to run with renewable energy at least 80% by 2050. To gain access to prevalent sites for the story was one of the most difficult parts of this work, and in general of my work. And in Germany, we want to photograph the massive wind offshore farms they are building on the North Sea. And to do so, I had to do a sea survival training, which included a simulated helicopter underwater escape in order to get access. Here we are seeing some behind the scene of this part of the story, published online by National Geographic. Here we are on board of Regina Baltica, a former cruise ferry served as a floating hotel for offshore wind farm technicians. The vice captain is overlooking a wind farm in the North Sea in Germany. But coal is still accounting for most of the energy needs of the country. Towns are evacuated several years in advance when they are on the trajectory of coal mining activities and turn into ghost towns. When the pit reach the towns, they are finally turned down. The transition from coal to renewable is pretty visible around the country. Germany's energy transition relies heavily on wind turbines that are starting to sprout in the countryside and industrial sites. Germany's goal is to fulfill 80% of its electricity needs through renewables by 2050, as we said. The Germany energy transition is a real struggle, and they are planning to turn off the 22 nuke power station by 2022. Here we are watching the control room of the inactive Griswold nuclear power plant in East Germany. It's a sister-like to the infamous plant of Chernobyl. This power station was closed in the 90s. But still, 1,000 workers are employed since 1995 at cleaning metal surfaces in order to recuperate and recycle as much material as possible at the decommissioned nuclear power station, where operations are set to continue for several years. During that story in Germany, I was looking for an image that could resemble the Germans' vision of the future. And here is a nuclear power plant at Calgary that was just finished before the 1986 explosion at Chernobyl, Ukraine, and never used. It's now an amusement park with a ride in what would have been the cooling tower. Another important story I've done with National Geographic magazine in 2017 is hunger solutions. The planet must produce more food in the next 4 decades than all farmers in history have harvested over the past 8,000 years. By 2050, the Earth will be home to as many as 10 billion people. Hunger could be the 21st century's most urgent problem. The Netherlands is the number 2 exporter of food as measured by value, second only to the United States, which has 270 times its land mass. Since 2000, Dutch farmers have reduced dependence on water for key crops by as much as 90%. They have almost completely eliminated the use of chemical pesticides on plants in greenhouses. We have been documenting their solutions that are now exported around the world. Here we are flying over the Westland in the Netherlands, the most advanced area in the world for agrofarming technology. Climate control farms such as this grow crops around the clock and in every kind of weather. The Great Indoor provides optimal growing conditions for leafy greens like this highly technological greenhouse. Each acre in this greenhouse yields as much lettuce as 10 outdoor acres, as use 95% less of water than traditional agriculture, and cuts the need for chemicals by 97%. Inside this jungle of tomato plants illuminated by LED lighting, Dr. Hank inspects the crops at a research and development horticulture center in the Netherlands, where academia and private sector join together for experimental research. Also in this story in the Netherlands, I was looking for powerful image that resembled the future. And I found a farmhouse surrounded by greenhouses. And the Netherlands is showing how the future farmer houses could look like. In 2017, I pitched a story for National Geographic magazine about circular economy as the emerging solutions to transition to a better future with finance at its core. The End of Trash project for National Geographic required nearly 2 years of planning, researching, to define several subjects and locations, which once approved required further editing work with journalists, editors, and experts to select the ones fitting the publication. This publication for me, it's just the beginning of a long-form project that I'm trying to finance with final goal of making a huge installation exhibition, a book, and many other outputs. Here I'm showing a video reel of the project that I'm using to promote it, and then I'll bring you to some of the subjects I photograph in the next slides. This is the Amagerbakken incinerator in Copenhagen, Denmark. It claims to be the world's cleanest waste-to-energy plant, and it replaced an old coal plant. Most of the architecture is taken up to process different stages of filtration through high-end technology that could reduce the emission of NOx in the atmosphere to almost 0%. This 280 feet tall waste-to-energy power station functions also as a ski and hiking slope and hosts educational events on sustainability. Inside, two automated grab cranes inside the Amagerbakken waste-to-energy plant's collection chamber in Copenhagen, and their hope is to run out of waste, as the plant has been designed as a circular solution and to be powered by biomass. Here is an aerial view of the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group in Tucson, Arizona. It is the largest boneyard in the world, handling nearly 3,300 aircraft. The process of optimizing the life cycle of such machines is a circular economy leading example in the heavy industry sector. Steam clouds rise from geothermal wells at Hillside Power Station, Iceland's largest plant and the third largest in the world. It has been designed to blend in pipes were painted green to minimize the visual impact on the landscape, and a circular water system extracts and returns water underground. Workers inspecting pipes at the largest insulin production facility in the world in Kalundborg, Denmark. This factory, run by Novo Nordisk, produces half of the world's insulin. This process generates tons of air slurry as a byproduct. The Blue Lagoon is created by the powers of geothermal seawater and is one of the main attractions in Iceland. Situated in a lava field, the water is a byproduct from the nearby geothermal power plant, where superheated water is vented from the ground near a lava flow and used to run turbines that generate electricity. A futuristic vertical farming facility in Newark, USA, produces fresh vegetables right next to the demanding New York City. It is housed in a rescued and repurposed steel mill warehouse in one of New Jersey's busiest industrial neighborhoods. One of the main goals is to reduce the distribution chain. It is estimated that almost 30% of the food production inside the US is wasted. Newly recycled wool fibers drying in a textile facility in Prato, Italy. Second to oil, the textile industry is the largest polluter in the world, and only 1% of our discarded clothing is recycled into new garments. Insect farming in London. A startup company farms black soldier fleas, feeding the larvae on local food waste, which they convert into protein to feed pets and farm animals such as fish and livestock. Algae bioreactors, through a natural process, are used to clean water without using complex chemical filtration systems. This scalable and circular system can be implemented next to any sewage facility to return clean water to the grid system of cities. And here we are in Missoula, Montana. As a closure of the story, I was trying to find a futuristic image able to harmonize the presence of high technology with natural elements. Nestled in the lava fields of Reykjanes Peninsula, this 2,000 meter square greenhouse is using Icelandic water and rich with nutrients and energy from a nearby geothermal power plant. Art and information can influence climate action. Media and marketing have today more power and influence than ever, especially on social media platforms that are ever more visual and widespread. Artists and creatives producing media have an unprecedented influence and can truly drive, inspire, and inform the public towards sustainability and what's happening around the globe. An artist like myself aims how to make visible those solutions and attractive for communication process around the globe through publication, exhibition, books, films, and all the possible output that photography and video can be used for. At this stage of my personal and professional journey, I've understood that pictures of natural landscape or endangered species are not the only object of interest of global communication and media. It is important to tell on those topics, but effective solutions for the future are the real turning points of our age. They give us hope for the future. In 2019, Rand Koolhaas used some of my most iconic images in an exhibition at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, Countryside the Future. My images were printed in large format and exhibited on the top floor of the Guggenheim and represent the imagery of the future linked to agricultural production. I've noticed a growing interest all over the planet on showing my work, and also China had a huge exhibition that was inaugurating an important venue in Shanghai called SCOP, Shanghai Center of Photography, and then in Korea, and now it's going to be in Australia, Israel, in Europe, and many other countries. So the interest is so much growing. In a recent research, my team found out that my Instagram feed is probably the largest community in the world focused on visualizing solutions for the future. I produce stories in collaboration with editors, journalists, environmentalists, scientists in order to further contextualize my work. That it could be, in my opinion, a way to open a debate about plausible solutions for the environment and hopefully trigger a change of mindset and restore hope for the future of mankind. Thank you. I'm very honored to be here hosted on this incredible event. And I made this video and I hope you will like it. My English is not that perfect, so I'm available for Q&A, so please enjoy the video.
Thanks, Luca. Do you want to come back to the stage and we'll see how many questions we have here so far? There's none in the Q&A box. So if anybody has any questions, put them in the Q&A tab and we can answer. That was amazing. So
Thank you.
All of your journeys and taking photos and obviously doing a lot of research and all of the different circular economy aspects, what did you find the most telling or interesting through all of the pictures you've taken and studying and research you've done?
If I have, I probably say Italy, this was not designed to be serious. It's coming from the past. They were doing it in centuries, and for many, they have their business because they were pointed something out of trash was not good, and now actually they became so popular to gain the cover of National Geographic, and all the world is talking about it. And and that's nice because it was one of the first time I was in front of the future, which is actually looking more like the past, you know, and that was very interesting for me.
That sounds great. Well, we do have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So Tim Gonchroff says, fascinating presentation. Most of the innovative approaches you shared are focused in wealthy countries with access to technology and investment capital. Can these solutions be applied to the poor countries?
That's a very nice question. Actually, I just came back 1 month ago from a trip in the African continent, where I was actually documenting the biggest mangrove reforestation attempted on the continent. So because that's different kind of technology can be used for sure, the natural world, it's simple to use and super effective. So with these mangroves are so an amazing tree that can produce so many levels of benefits. Starting to understand the importance of their environment, and so they are coming back to actually replant. And also I saw something about plastic, for example. Africa is full of plastic, and there are some startups starting to build bricks out of plastic. So I think maybe in a simpler way, many countries are doing, in Indonesia as well with seaweed. There's many examples I want to document in the future, also in more simple and very effective in poor countries.
So another question, have you seen examples of outdoor regenerative farming at scale?
Not really. To be honest, my investigation was more on indoor farming, because as far as I know, of course, I'm not an expert of the sector, but it seems like the one that can be so scalable in countries where there's not the right condition to do outdoor farming.
What do you think is the low-hanging fruit that can be implemented worldwide? Great question.
Attitude is actually, you know, on top of everything. I mean, no technology, everything in, you know, if we want, we can choose other ways, you know. So, and I think to find the right balance between our wealth and the wealth of the planet and many other things is actually what we are trying to do. But everything is driven by attitude. So we need a lot of education on the environment and sensibilize the people that at that point maybe they can do something themselves, like recycling trash, you know.
Mm-hmm. So Luca, our organization is very heavy into zero waste, and the Zero Waste International Alliance, they believe that zero waste is no burn or bury, which is essentially no incineration. So this next question has to do with that. Yeah. Thanks for highlighting, this is from Gary List, thanks for highlighting all those solutions. However, including an incinerator as part of that vision is not zero waste and not appropriate. What was the source of you including that?
Yeah. I totally know that incineration is really an end-of-pipe solution, and that was clear for everyone. The reason we have chosen to actually bring that inside the story is because actually that incinerator is designed to work on biomass, and actually Denmark, Germany, and Kingdom, mostly to run the incinerator and help other countries to handle waste. And so it was an interesting story also about having this iconic, you know, building, industrial, but so ski slope, and you know, is bring people to talk about it, to open a debate. So, but of course, waste should not exist in the future, but we have also to consider that incinerators around the world are polluting a lot, and this one is actually 0% polluting. So it's difficult, and it's not my job to say what is wrong and what is right, but open a debate. So I'm happy about the question.
That sounds great. Thank you, Luca. So what has been the most rewarding impact your photography has had on prompting innovative green solutions?
I actually recognize of course, in the big medias, and of course, like National Geographic Instagram, 176 million people around the world. It is really like feeding my, appetite on communicating. But also, I collaborate with filmmakers and document. And for example, David Hatterberg has used the story of the Netherlands when talking about solutions. So I think just participating and believe that it's just like a fate, And but I'm very happy of how my images are actually used for different purposes.
Yeah, that's great. What advice do you have for those using social media as an educational tool to maximize our impact with limited photography skills?
I mean, if they are organization, I will strongly advise to call me, of course. No, actually, or to use photographer that are able to visually translate and make it but I think now, especially with other social medias, which are being honest, maybe is the only way, and the only way to communicate with people, and whatever the skill in photography is, the audience will understand, and then your social skill will improve, and your community will.
What environmentally damaging human behavior do you think will be the hardest to change?
I believe actually trash is actually the first enemy we have to kill. I mean, we are producing too much, and we are putting back on the landfills too much. Really unsustainable. So, and I think really that is the hardest, for sure, the hardest point to achieve. Yeah.
So Natasha Wassing says, wonderful work, Luca. I agree. How do you think your work has impacted the climate communication movement?
I mean, I've been reposted many times from celebrities or organization talking about solutions, and to be as more viral as possible with my work is actually one of my main goal. And so I think I cannot really measure what is my work, but I have to believe it as much as possible. So, but viral for sure, the condition to talk with a different audience. Otherwise, we are always talking each other, So when I was, shared by fashion influencer, I was kind of happy because I'm talking to someone else.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think we're always trying to get outside of our own box and be able to talk to others.
Exactly.
So, Monica DeVincenzi, what's that?
Sorry, no, I said that it's not easy sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's always easier talking to ourselves because we all agree with what we're saying for the most part.
Exactly.
So Monica DeVincenzi is actually the person who found you. We're very grateful. She says, amazing work, Luca. Out of what you have documented so far through your photography, what image has stayed with you the most and why?
If I have to pick one, maybe the Westland, the blue and yellow picture of the agrofarming technology in the Netherlands. My personal goal with photography is actually to create an image. You really don't understand what is it, you know, and you can watch that image for hours and you don't feel uncomfort to do that, but you still like, what is it? And when I reached that goal, is amazing because it's the trigger to make people want to read the caption and get informed on what's going on there. When you actually understand that picture, that it's just like, what is it? It's the best solution we have for making agriculture in a sustainable way around the world. Then you can decide, I don't want it, I want it. And that clash, opening a debate, is actually my work. I'm stopping there.
That's fascinating. Okay, so this next question I have no idea about, so you're gonna have to explain it to us and then answer it. It says, this is from Jason, you know, is any of your work shot on a 360 camera for VR? What's VR? So help us.
It's a virtual reality.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually kind of nerd myself, so I met with many things, and I did a couple of things with VR, and one was big actually, is not related to sustainability, but is related to actually a place where we don't get access, which is Mecca. And I got the chance to get access to Mecca and to tell the story of the growing tourism soul of Mecca. So where you can have like a Burger King, or, you know, in front of the Kaaba, or many other things that are usually in Rome or any other places in the world. So I've decided in that case to, with the New York Times Magazine, to shoot a documentary in VR and make a small piece that you can find easily on the internet to Mecca. And actually my biggest desire was to bring the Pope, you know, to Mecca with the glasses, but it was too dangerous that time to do that. But VR is applied in places that are impossible to access. I mean, so you can be there and see how it looks.
Oh, that's super cool. So Rick Anthony says, thank you for showing the end users in a circular economy. Will you do more?
Of course. I mean, circular economy, I mean, I've discovered circular economy for the first time in 2015, 16. And I start to think that circular economy is a kind of everything, you know. It's the system that can include inside many of other subjects I've done, you know, like in the Germany energy transition, that amusement ride inside a former cooling tower is actually circular economy, because reusing spaces which are abandoned is circular economy. So reusing. And I got so involved that I pitched the story to National Geographic magazine and really tried hard to get approved. And after 2 years, we have done this first series. But now I'm actually financed by an institution for continuing the project. And I have a huge project about circular economy designed, and I'm paying to develop that project. So that is one, and the second one is about ocean. So solutions. And so I will do a story about underwater farming soon, and I'm trying to develop. So I have two main right now.
And if we want to see what you're up to, can we go to your website? I know, CRRA, we have a link, I think, to it on our website, but is that where you kind of post what you're up to?
Instagram, I think, more Instagram, I would say, because actually website, it works more like a portfolio for me. But Instagram is a community, and I'm posting myself there, and that's the way to see where I am or what I'm doing, if I can tell something or not. It depends also on that.
All right. Well, we'll have to get that from you, and we'll make sure we send it out to our members. Have you found graphics that illustrate the circular economy effectively?
That was the main concern of National Geographic. Like, brother, it's amazing, but you know what you're gonna photograph here, and but actually is super potential visually, because it's involving everything. So I think it's really, I've proven to myself first, winning also the WordPress photo with this story, that actually is doable, and circular economy could be visible. Natural of editing down the subjects in different categories. There's a lot of pre-production, really a lot, visual as well. But then when you go in the right place, the right story, you are there, it's powerful.
That's amazing. I can imagine. So we have two final questions for you. So it says, I really enjoyed your presentation about using photography to tell the story of environmental solutions. Any plans to tell the story of recovering waste from the ocean or other natural environments?
Yeah. As part of the ocean solution story I'm designing, there are many examples in different scale and level of how the plastic from the ocean can be recuperated and turned into something. And there's a huge, massive project about that, which is called the ocean cleanup. But we are still studying. It's going on in poor countries, because they realize with plastic they can do a lot of things, even canoe or boats or schools or other things. And it's natural resource, you know, on the beach. So it's a mess, and they can take it and transform, and they are doing. So yeah, I totally believe that recovering in the natural environments, the trash is one of the, and it's possible to document that.
Oh, we got another question here, and since we have time, I'm going to go ahead and ask it. Have you thought about photography solutions for the cigarette litter problem?
That's really annoying for myself too, especially with, yeah, walking around. No, but it's a good point. I will, you know, this is a nice a nice point, and I will try to do some research. I don't know.
So Luca, what's next? Where are you going next? What are you going to be doing next?
Next, I will continue this project. Especially, I want to go in Asia, because I've been focused most on USA, Europe, and there's a missing part in Asia as well. And for example, as a missing community, and many other countries, they are trying their best to put circular economy at the center of their business. I wanna give visual voice to them, and then yeah, next like next week, actually, I'll be underwater documenting this underwater farming experiment, which is really kind of incredible.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So you're going to probably get a lot of new Instagram followers, I'm guessing. So we'll get that information from
Thank you.
out to our
That would be
members.
nice.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all of the amazing work that you're doing. And I just want to note for all of the members here, you know, it's 10 a.m. here, but Luca, what is it, 9 o'clock where you are, 8 o'clock?
It's actually
7
12,
p.m. Yeah. So thank you for taking your dinner hour and talking to us. Really enjoyed it. If we have any other questions, we'll make sure that our members can connect with you. But again, thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you, Tracy. And thank you to everyone.
Are amazing, and keep up the great work.
Thank
All right.
you.
So thank you. Yeah. And then with that, I'm going to go ahead and ask. Bye. Ciao. With that, I'm going to ask Colleen to come back up because we have some awards we're going to be giving out.
Hi, Tracy. Thank you so much, Luca. Wow, what an inspiring presentation. And yes, I think waste is the biggest and simplest thing to tackle. It's an issue that anyone of any, any position, any place, anywhere in the world, any economic status can definitely deal with. It's something we can all handle and manage and improve upon. So thank you for your time today. And I look forward to seeing you tackle cigarette waste issues, and hopefully EPR is a solution for that. So anyways, next up is our award ceremony. Jeremy Rentera with the CRA board will be presenting the awards this year. Congratulations again to everybody. Thank you.
Hello everybody, welcome to the 2021 award ceremony. Before we begin, as chairperson, I just wanted to give a big thank you to my awards committee, Peter Sloot, Julie Meir, and Tim Flanagan. It was a month-long process, but we were able to pick recipients for the awards that will be followed next, and I just wanted to say thank you again, and thank you everybody for attending the 2021 conference.
Rick Best Environmental Advocacy Award.
Hello CRRA folks. From what I understand, the Rick Best Award is a really special thing in this community. Learning about Rick and the other recipients, I have understood that the legacy of this award is one of hard work, commitment to deep and ongoing relationships, and curiosity and integrity. In the face of the times I have not been those things, and in the face of those times when I have, thank you. Thank you for your friendship, for your hard work, for your integrity, and your persistence in the pursuit of creating the new out of the old. I would like to dedicate this award to the farmers, communities, and entrepreneurs who compost across California. I believe in them, I believe in you, because I believe their visions and innovations are what trickle-down economics never really was, a vast and rising tide that will lift all boats which sail the seas of a regenerative economy.
CRRA Service Award.
Hi everyone, just want to say thank you so much for honoring me with the CRRA Service Award. I can't begin to tell you how humbled and honored I am by it. Usually I don't like to talk about myself, so I'm going to keep this as brief as possible. When Tracy first asked me to step on the CRRA board many years ago, I thought, sure, why not? Just a few years and get to learn a lot, and I have. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm so excited about all the things that we've managed to accomplish. And CRRA is probably the one organization that has brought me the most personal reward that I can think of out of all the organizations that I've been involved with over the years. It's truly a privilege to help with this organization, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for us. There's been some exciting times while I've been involved with the organization at the board level, and there's been some challenging times. let's just say we'll all forget about 2020 as much as possible, and even the beginning of 2021. But here's to the future. Thank you again, and I hope to see you all in person. I can't tell you the friendships that I've made over the years through CRRA, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you again.
Hi, Monica. I want to thank you for your contribution to CRRA. During all the years when we served together on the board of directors, I really relied on you for your counsel and your good judgment. You remain so grounded at all times and in all situations, even when passions ran high. It's a wonderful attribute, and I really appreciate you. You're the best. Thanks.
Hi, Monica. We love you and thank you for making CRA and our world a better place and for being a kick-ass mama.
Monica, congrats on the service award. It's so well deserving. I can't believe it's been 9 years that you've been on the board, and I think I was the one that convinced you to join all those years ago. Anyways, you've been incredible, being the conference co-chair for the last couple of years, which has been definitely a challenge with this virtual reality, and having you as part of the Communication Development Committee, that's now the membership committee, and all the amazing initiatives you started there. I know there's a lot of stuff I'm probably forgetting of all the things you've done over these past 9 years, but thank you so much for being a huge, vital part of our board. And I look forward to enjoying the rest of CRA, and who knows, maybe you'll be able to help us up it in another way. So anyways, congrats, Monica.
Monica, thank you so much for your service on the CRA board. It's been such a pleasure to work with you over these years. You've been such a mentor to me. You will be greatly missed, and I know you'll go on to do great things, possibly for other boards, and get involved, because you really excel and shine when you do that. It's been an absolute pleasure.
CRRA Service Award.
First of all, on behalf of all of us in the Edible Food Recovery TC and everybody who's participated, I want to thank them for their work and their their effort in getting us to this point, and also thank CRRA for recognizing the hard work they've put in and helping them us kind of define a movement. Thank you, CRRA, and thank you to the entire team.
Thank you,
Thank you,
CRRA.
Recycler of the Year Award.
Hi everybody, I'm Tim Gontra from Santa Cruz County. I want to thank CRRA for this award. I'm very honored and humbled, and you all know very well that none of us is an island in this profession. All of our work is done on the shoulders of the accomplishments of others. And I've had so much help, so much good advice from so many of you out there. So thank you for all your support over the years. I know that I'm leaving things in great hands, and that all of you in CRRA are going to continue to do the great work that you're so well known for. So thank you to all of you. I wish you the best of luck. And thanks again to CRRA for this really wonderful award.
Dave Hardy Leadership in Organics Award.
This is the California Resource Recovery Association, the Dave Hardy Award. And so we recognize Napa Recycling and compost facility for being named the 2021 recipient of the California Resource Recovery Association Dave Hardy Leadership in Organization Award.
It is with great pride that CRRA has awarded the Napa Recycling and Compost Facility the 2021 Dave Hardy Leadership in Organics Award.
Between residential and commercial, we've diverted an extra 22,000 plus tons of organics that we would not have if we didn't have those full programs in the past 6.5 years. So that's a big difference and makes a big difference to our environment and our community. And it is a full partnership. Even our permit is owner-operator. The city is the owner of the facility. Our Napa Recycling and Waste Services is our private contracted operator. And it really needs both sides for it to work the way it ought to work. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Tim Dewey-Mattia from Napa Recycling.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Tracy and CRRA for the award, and congratulations to everyone in Napa, the council, the residents, the commercial businesses, because this is a well-deserved award. We couldn't do it if we didn't have such a great partnership.
Next Generation Recycler Award.
Hi everyone, my name is Neil Bajaj and I am so grateful to receive this award. First, I want to thank Ms. Becky Holden for her continued help and support on the shoe drives and waste audits. Both of these initiatives would not have succeeded without her help and support. Next, I want to thank Souls for Souls for their continued collaboration and cooperation on the shoe drives. Without their help, I would not have been able to collect over 1,300 pairs of shoes and save over 2.9 million gallons of water. Finally, I want to thank my club advisors and counselors, Mr. Colson and Mrs. Larson-Carnell. Without their help and support, I would never be here today. And finally, I want to say that my club looks to continue doing shoe drives in the future, but also looks to expand into large-scale park cleanups. Thank you so much.
Outstanding HHW Universal or Electronics Recycling Award.
On behalf of Paint Care California, I am happy to accept the award for Outstanding Household Hazardous Waste Recycling Program. Recently, Paint Care made a big announcement. We've collected more than 50 million gallons of paint across our 10 program states. Reaching this milestone is an exciting achievement and would not have been possible without the 800 plus program partners here in California. As we enter our 10th program year, our team of California-based program professionals are available to support your paint collection and reuse programs. Paint Care offers financial support to improve collection and reuse infrastructure, joint advertising opportunities, one-day paint collection events, and compensation for every gallon of paint provided to the community through reuse. Recently, Paint Care lowered its threshold to qualify for a large volume pickup from 200 gallons to 100 gallons, creating a new, more accessible opportunity for large-scale paint collection. At Paint Care, it's our continued goal to make recycling your unwanted paint easy and convenient wherever you are in California. To learn more about the program, find your nearest paint drop-off location and or contact one of our Paint Care regional coordinators, please visit us at paintcare.org. Thank you so much for this recognition. We appreciate all of the support and very much value the continued partnership we have with all the local city and county HHW programs. Thanks to each and every one of you for your continued efforts to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste in California. Thanks so much.
Outstanding Practices in Venue or Event Resource Recovery Award.
I'm Recycle Michael with Wastebusters. We are supporting the Rip Curl Pro Search event in their zero waste effort today. Some of the organizers of the event wanted to make this the greenest surf event in the world, and with that goal, we want to recycle or compost or reuse and donate 90+% of what is discarded at the event, and so far we're on track.
The resource recovery station, where we're taking all the waste that's being generated over in the greens and throughout the event and sorting. This is a zero waste event, so all materials are being either recycled, composted, or even reused.
Wastebusters is thrilled to receive this award and recognition from CRRA.
Outstanding School Recycling Program Award.
The essence of what we do is connecting people to the environment around them in ways that are meaningful and important to them.
Teaching them important information in regards to recycling and waste reduction
and seeing them see the connection within their lives.
For the coronavirus, some states have begun shutting down their entire school systems.
I want to talk a little trash too, alright? We're going to do a little trash talk.
Hello, CRRA board, staff, and members. I'm Mike DeMilo, Principal of Science Discovery. Our education team is truly honored to receive the award for Outstanding School Recycling Program. I would like to recognize our education team members Stacy, Hannah, and Priscilla, who work diligently providing creative and meaningful recycling outreach to schools in San Luis Obispo and northern Santa Barbara counties.
During the past school year, we completed hundreds of class programs and field trips to MRFs and landfills, leaving a positive, lasting impression on students and their parents.
The CRRA annual conferences have been instrumental in our growth as an education team.
So thank you, CRRA, for recognizing our efforts and for your commitment to ending waste. Thank you, CRRA.
Pavitra Kremel Reuse Award.
Thank you, CRRA, for acknowledging our work to promote the reuse industry over the past 10 years. My name's Nicole Ty, and I'd like to thank our CFO, my mother, Barbara Egger, for her time and financial support, Brandon Boogie of Green Links for his dedication to ensure that the embodied energy within materials is saved for reuse, and the Green Links team for all their hard work. Thank you to Stefan Kerr for his continued efforts at Reuse Alliance. Here's to 2022 bringing new blood and action to Reuse Alliance. And thank you to Jamie Facciola and Patty Breslin for your dedication to reuse. Thank you to Max Wessler of Urban Ore, Mary Soul of Stop Waste, and James Slattery and Eden Brookman of San Francisco Department of the Environment for your planning work at Bay Area Deconstruction Work Group, otherwise known as Bad Dog. And a big thank you to Timony Hood, our host and handler at EPA Region 9, for her diligent work promoting and making Bad Dog happen. To all who work in reuse, it's time to seize this moment and rise up together to help others take action through reuse. And I'll leave you with these two words: reuse infrastructure. There's a great future in reuse. Think about it. Will you think about it?
That's all, folks. Goodbye.
Thank you to CRRA for acknowledging the deconstruction and building materials reuse work of Green Links, Reuse Alliance, and the Bay Area Deconstruction Work Group with the Pavitra Kremel Award. Reuse Alliance promotes and advocates for reuse facilities and infrastructure.
Green Links Deconstruction and Reuse Facility in Sonoma County is run by CEO Nicole Ty and COO Brandon Boogie. They look forward to serving the wider Bay Area with branches and new collection methods in the future to divert more materials for reuse and upcycling.
The Bay Area Deconstruction Work Group, now over 500 strong, is hosted by Nicole Ty with Timony Hood of EPA Region 9. We meet quarterly to organize Bay Area actions.
Thank you to all who make reuse happen. Reuse is the future.
Outstanding Edible Food Recovery Program Award.
Thank you so much, California Resource Recovery Association. It is a tremendous honor for the Bobcat Eats Food Waste Awareness and Prevention Program to be awarded as Outstanding Edible Food Recovery Program. I would like to thank everyone involved, including our food donors, our distribution sites, and our food rescuers, both student staff and volunteers. I would like to thank everyone at UC Merced and all of our community partners like Community Initiatives for Collective Impact and the Merced County Food Bank. I'd like to thank our funders like CalRecycle and the Pollination Project as well. Lastly, I'd like to thank everyone in the community and everyone here for helping us advance our mission of saving the food and feeding our people. Thank you.
Outstanding Zero Waste or Recycling Program Award.
The Riverside County Department of Waste Resources Recycling Outreach Program is committed to offering our residents free resources and programs that educate and inform on recycling, composting, and zero waste. We create social media videos that focus on food waste, recycling right, composting, and vermicomposting tips. In addition to our social media videos, we also offer classes like Making Your Home Zero Waste, Recycling 123, Food Waste and Food Rescue, and more. This year, we unveiled a new interactive Zero Waste Hero program that allows participating households to receive personalized recycling coaching, participate in live discussions, and develop a customized waste reduction plan. Thank you, CRRA, for choosing us, Riverside County Department of Waste Resources, for your outstanding Zero Waste Recycling Program Award.
We happy? Tiffany, we happy?
Yeah, we happy.
Congratulations to the recipients, and once again, thank you to the committee chair, and thank you to all the CRRA staff for all the hard work in making these awards ceremony happen. We really appreciate your hard work. We cannot wait to see everybody at next year's conference. Have a great rest of your day.
Wow, I don't know about you guys, but that's incredible. Okay, Livia, that was really funny. But all of the award winners, you guys are so well deserving, and it's super inspiring. And I don't know, I was just here smiling the whole time watching the videos. So thanks so much for putting the videos together, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed them. But even more importantly, thanks for all of the amazing work that you guys do. It keeps us going day to day when the job gets a little hard at times. So at this point, we're going to move forward to, we're going to be actually thanking our sponsors. So I think we have a slideshow for that as well. This year, we were able to fundraise $158,000. Our goal was $160,000. So really want to thank our sponsors. We have Recology, County of San Mateo, and Rethink Waste as our President's Circle. They have been sponsors for the last 2 years at the President's Circle level. And so a huge thank you to the three organizations for being a continued part of CRRA. We have our platinum sponsor, Neil. I want to thank you with the City of Santa Monica. He's been very active with the CRRA Zero Waste course and coming to the conferences and stuff. And we really sincerely appreciate Santa Monica's support as a platinum sponsor. And then we have our gold sponsors. You can read them all here. Thank you so much for your continued support as well. I will say it's pretty amazing. Pick up the phone or send an email and see who would be willing to support CRRA. And every year, I'm always humbled by the generous sponsorship that comes through. Our silver sponsors, thank you so much for all of your continued support. There's a lot of them under this year for silver level sponsorship, but thank you. And then I also wanted to thank our bronze sponsors, which should hopefully be coming up next. There they are. And the one thing I just want to note is that while some cities and businesses aren't able to contribute a lot, any amount is amazing, but your contributions are what you're doing here and now. You're going to CRRA conference, you're attending, you're being a part of the sessions. We have so many amazing members who are speakers, and we have some incredible speakers. Here's our friend sponsors. Thank you to all the friend sponsors as well. And our reciprocal benefits partners. We have a really amazing group of reciprocal partners, which we always love to embrace, and you will see them in the exhibit hall as well. So with that, thank you again to all of the sponsors. We really couldn't do it without you, and so our eternal grateful thank you for everything that you do for us. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Colleen to wrap us up for the day.
Thank you, Tracy. What an inspiring morning. Again, fantastic award show. Olivia, I think I want to join your team. And fantastic winners. I know a lot of different organizations and groups apply, and I know it's extremely competitive. So I want to congratulate not only all of our winners, but everyone who applied and participated in the awards program. And please participate next year. And again, thank you to our sponsors, especially during this very difficult year for all of us. I know how much more every dollar and every support and all your support means. So thank you for helping to support CRRA and continuing to allow and grow its legacy. So with that, everyone, enjoy your sessions today. We've got a lot of great sessions happening for the next 4 days. We have our TC topic lunches. So be sure to grab your lunch and check it out and jump on a TC topic lunch call. We also have our family reception later this afternoon, followed by our exhibitors reception. And then of course, my favorite, the trash monologue. So get your stories of your funniest, weirdest, wackiest trash zero waste moments ever and bring them to the mic. So talk to you all soon and see you tomorrow. Thank you.